Hi, my name's Matt Harvey, and I'd like to share with you my 1976 Searay project. This is a 1976 Searay. This was the first or second year that Searay started to produce the 30-foot boat, and it was built in Merritt Island, Florida. It was their first yacht facility at that time. And the 30-foot boat in a couple of different models was the largest boat Searay was building in 1975, 1976. I came across this boat in 2017, and it had been out of the water between 10 and 12 years. It had been improperly blocked and shored, and the blocking had pushed up through the bottom of the boat, creating a pretty large hole. I picked it up from a local dealer, and then the project began. I like this boat because it's got some really cool lines on it as you look at it, and you just don't see this type of boat around anymore. The craftsmanship is pretty vintage, and they're a great performing boat. It has a pair of twin Merc Cruiser 255 horse straight inboard engines in it, and it gets right up and runs along quite nicely. So it started off as let's do the basic things we need to do to get it in the water, and then it quickly escalated into a complete restoration, which is still not totally complete. The thought process was to put the latest technology into the boat. So everything that's in this boat is the newest and the latest technology, from the hoses and the cables and the wiring to the inverter system to the pump system, the water heater. Everything's the latest and the greatest. So it's kind of a resto mod, if you will. It's a classic boat, but it has all the newest and latest technology in it. Do a quick walkover on the boat to show you some of the features that we added to it, as well as enhance the originals. So the sides of the boat are the original gel coating, so they have not been painted or touched. They were just buffed out and waxed, and for a 45-year-old boat, they came back really, really well. The deck, on the other hand, was pretty weather beaten and chalked. It had a significant amount of crazing or cracking around the bases for the bow rail, as well as the deck hardware. So all of that was ground out and filled with fiberglass filler and body worked out. The hatches are not original, those are Vetus hatches, and the originals were a piece of plexiglass that Searay grooved and put hardware on, and they were a durable hatch, but again, they weren't real weather tight. So we went ahead and we took the old hatches out, and then we created a mold and we closed in the hatch opening to meet the new hatches. So we were able to maintain the original factory deck thickness all the way in to fit the new hatches. So they were basically glassed in and custom fitted. The decks we painted with Allcraft 2000. It's a two-part marine paint. We did something different. Originally, Searay did not put any real non-skid surface on the deck, and we went ahead and used all grip non-skid deck surface process, and we added non-skid decking to the front of the boat to make it safer for walking around on the front of the boat. The side windows and the hull, we replaced all of those. They were old and leaking. The windshield, we removed the entire windshield from this boat and stripped it down, sanded it, and painted it. And then we added all new tailor-made glazing into all the windshield panels. So all the windows have been reglazed and reinstalled. We added a set of Marineco marine air horns. We've got the vintage navigation lights. It's all original Searay 1976 deck hardware on this boat, other than we've gone to a polished stainless versus aluminum. The deck, the dashboard itself, the black, when we had the windshield off, we sanded that all out, fixed all the imperfections in that, and we recoated it with all grip black. We put a flattening agent in that. These were originally plastic air louvers, and couldn't find the originals, so we went ahead and upgraded and put a stainless steel louvered air intake for the engine room. Had new canvas made, raised the top on it with the bimini so that taller people like myself can walk around underneath there. Here in the cockpit, we got the name of the boat, One Piece at a Time. It's after the Johnny Cash song, and I work in the boat parts business, so listen to the song and you'll figure out how I got the name One Piece at a Time. The dashboard, it's all custom. A friend of mine made a mold off of the original plastic dash that was in the boat, and that's constructed custom out of fiberglass, fitted the dash itself. It has all new Faria instrumentation in it. It has a U-Flex hydraulic steering system along with the tilt wheel and the custom U-Flex steering wheel. And it has new C-Star throttle and shift control levers, all new C-Star cabling. Over here we put in new DC distribution. We used the Blue Seas switching system with the labels. The seats have been reupholstered. These were the original style seats that were in the boat when it was manufactured, when it came. These are the original doors that were on the boat, and we were able to salvage those. Those are in really good condition, and they're really pretty cool, pretty retro. We added this little cocktail table along with this additional seating here. The center floor here is all teak, original to the boat, that's been refinished and then automotive clear coated to protect it from the sun. Had a local wood craftsman, cousin Pete Paulus, who did all this woodwork. He's a true craftsman, and it's an art to make this wood look this good, and my cuz makes the wood good. So he did the swim platform as well, and the flagpole here you can see. It's pretty amazing finish on that. Here in the engine area we have the original 255 Merc Cruiser inboard engines along with a Velvet drive 1.5 to 1 direct drive transmission. We've replaced all the exhaust hosing with Shields exhaust hose, all the water lines, the fuel lines, the bilge pump lines, anything in the boat that water travels through has been replaced. We did the hatches with engine room sound deadening material to help quiet it down. We have all new exhaust system components on from Bar Marine, risers, manifolds. We have new starters from Arco Marine and alternators, and we installed the Delco EST high energy electronic ignition system as well. It has a new Raritan Marine Elegance toilet in it that you can actually flush from a phone app, which is pretty cool. So as we finish up the first season having it in the water, we're going to finish the interior, the upholstery and headliner and that sort of thing. We're going to install larger alternators on the engine, which will allow it to tie into our inverter charging system. And we're just going to finish the detail work here above deck, just a lot of little things. This started off as a project where I found a boat that I really liked. It had great lines. It was a cool project. And with the help of my friends, it's turned into a all-out restoration project, turned in from a project to an obsession. I'm really thrilled with the way the paint has turned out, the way the work has turned out, the help I've received from my friends to make this look as good as it does, and it's really a pretty remarkable boat for its age.